Okay, welcome everybody. Let's stretch over here and get the coffee. Coffee and art in the morning. I'm Dee Dee. I'm trying another different colors here on this calendar to hopefully keep the focus. We're going to see how this goes today. Thanks everybody for being here. And hopefully, let's see, let me get my chat back here. Hang on, guys. I got to get my chat back. There it goes. Okay, so what we're going to do is Janet the other day showed some of her calligraphy books, and she and I used to do a lot of calligraphy back in the day. I mean, yeah, Janet and I did a lot of calligraphy. Anyway, she showed some of her calligraphy books and talked about some things. And anyway, one of the samples in her book reminded me of this technique where you can tape two pencils together, and I just did them slightly off, just slightly off of being flat on each other. So in other words, just a little bit of an angle, the tiniest bit of an angle. And I'm going to do some lettering with that. And what it does is it makes a perfect spaced wide letter. Now you can always do stuff like, and maybe I'll do something with this later. Let's see. Maybe something with this. You could do wide lettering calligraphy with a wide nib. You know, you can do it with something like that. Hopefully, are we light enough, guys? I did close the blinds because the sun was beating right in here. Let's see here. Let me put a little bit more light in here. So you could do it with like this. I've done tons of calligraphy like this. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Let me back up the bus a minute. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. And if you're watching the recording on YouTube, thanks for watching over there. This is a live show on Ustream.tv with a live chat and a live, mostly awake audience. So it's not morning till you flash that cup of joe. That's right, Miss Rose. And speaking of, let me take a little sip. I'll try not to slurp. I actually had somebody comment on that once. I just don't like how you slurp that coffee. And so, yeah. Congrats on the 250,000 views on Ustream. Oh, I didn't know. Thanks, Marilyn. I have 250,000 views on Ustream. Thanks. I know I have well over 1 million on YouTube. Views, not followers. Hey, Ranja. Um, and thanks, guys. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this one away for a minute. I'm going to pencil in a couple of names, and then I pulled out my mermaid markers here, which y'all know I've already swatched out and put in this little pan here, and I can just add more to it. Or I can just use this and my water brush to kind of blend them and make them watery. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scooby. Thank you, guys. Because, it's like, it's all of us. All right. Then I also got out my Jane Davenport, these colors. I use these colors on the lionfish. Yeah, that's true, Marie. I used these colors on the lionfish the other day when we did the watercolor lionfish, and there's a video on that. So anyway, we might use these as well. So if I call your name, then you can pick your color. So I got the mermaid markers out and those out. So, and I just got some 110 card stock, and I know the camera doesn't like white, so we're going to have to, you know, it's going to have to be what it is and while we're doing it. But I can zoom in maybe one just so we have a little closer. Yeah. Because the camera does not like white, as you know. So we'll see what happens when I start putting color to it. All right, so Janet and Eileen are going to fuss at each other for a while. Like an old married couple. Eileen and Janet are hilarious to watch. Okay, so now, so I've got my two pencils. They're just some Ticonderogas. I've used the, I tell y'all that these are the best for the black erasers on the Ticonderoga black pencils for erasing Prismacolor or wax-based pencils. And I've used these erasers down to nothing, so they're the ones I just tape these together. So let me get a scratch sheet of paper here. This is what I used the other day. So just so you can see how a space, if y'all have any questions, put them in caps, guys, so I know you're talking to me. I know, they're fun, aren't they, Marie? Okay, so I want you to see that I've just spaced them just the tiniest bit at an angle. And this is the width. There's the width of the two. And I want to do it very light. Let's see if I even have it angled enough. I thought I'd angled it enough because I don't really want to do it completely vertical. Yeah, I'm going to have to angle it just a little bit more. I took them apart to sharpen them, and then I need to angle them just a little bit more because I don't want to do a complete vertical pencil hold. But now getting them, let me get my let me get my X-Acto knife here. Where are you? Well, there it is. And my tape. So I'm going to angle them just a little bit more. All right. So what I'm trying to do is when I'm holding it a little bit at a 45-degree angle, like that they're both touching. So there we go. That should do it. So I'm angled them just a bit more. Can you see that? All right. Alrighty, so let's try that. So I'm going to start with Janet's name. Have you seen those old lady sisters that cuss at each other? No, but is that you and Eileen? Janet? All right, so I'm just going to try to, and we can erase. So I'm going to just try to do, and you want to kind of keep it at that angle. Okay, so I'm kind of far away. I want it to fit, that's the thing. So let's see, you can kind of see what happens. Let's do the tail on this, maybe. See how that does with the two pencils? And it does take a little practice. The only practice I've done today is write Janet's name one time. So, and you got to make sure it fits. I should have got a bigger piece of paper, and so just kind of watch where your strokes end and where they begin. Okay, so I probably didn't need that tail like that, but we see that extra line right there? We can erase that. All right, so now let's see. Do I want just a double hoop in? I think that'd probably be the easiest. And then the E, I think I'm going to do a standalone E. It'd probably be easier. And you can also draw lines, guys. I didn't draw any straight lines here. I'm just doing a little bit of a practice here. I haven't done this in, I don't even know the last time, years. Okay. Something like this. Okay, and if you wanted to do it really nice, I mean, like, not that this isn't nice, but draw some lines. So let's do it again. Let me draw some lines. Where's my ruler? I'm just trying to fit it on the paper. So let's go ahead and let's do a pencil line here. Again, guys, if you have any questions, it looks like an M. Yeah, that's the old that's the old cursive N. A cursive N is 2 humps, and a M is 3. That's the cursive way. But we don't have to do that. We'll do some separate letters now. Okay. So now I just drew a double line there to work in. All right. So let's see here. Let's do a nice big J. Again, you gotta kind of hold this just right here. All right. So let's see. Let's do a nice big J. I'm trying to do a little bit of swirl and stuff to make it a little fancy. That didn't touch. All right, let's do the A. Let's see if I can fit this in, right? All right, we'll do 1 humped N for ye. So, yeah, it does take a little bit of practice here. And you can swirl around to close the letters. Doesn't take much, and I'll fix them up neater in a minute. All right, Jane. Okay. I'm kind of concentrating here, guys, so put it in caps if you need me. That's the cursive way, yes, Marilyn. That's the cursive way. All right, so there we go. All right, now I'm going to erase. Let's see, let me get my little eraser. Where's my Janet eraser? My little bitty eraser here, my little mono. Everybody asks, what is that? It's a little mono. It got dark again, guys. The light changes depending on the sun coming out or going back. All right, so now I'm just going to erase the lines where they connect. Any overlapping lines, so that when I do the watercolor, I'm going to erase this big line here. And I shouldn't have pushed so hard, but I wanted y'all to be able to see it. If I was doing this without y'all here, I would have just done it so light I could barely see it. But I want y'all to be able to see it. So let's get rid of the guideline here. Okay. All right, now let's go back in and find where any overlapping lines are that I don't want. And I gotta fix this A. Don't know how interesting this is gonna be to everybody, but we're rolling with it. And then I have to decide if I want to ink it or just leave it watercolored. Maybe we'll try both. Okay. So we're just going to play with some lettering today. And I'm going to send, if it turns out, then I'll send it to Janet and she can illuminate it. Thanks, Eileen. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. You can always add more swirlies and stuff later, but I'm trying to make it as crossover right there. Okay. I think we got it. Oh, wait, here's one. All right, so here we go. Oh, the lighting's awful. Okay, that overhead light's gotta go. Let's try to open the window. Tricky business with white paper, people. I was hoping my blue calendar would help, but don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's try to, if I zoom in though, I'm going to lose my black. I don't know. We'll just work with it. Okay. Maybe when I start putting some watercolor down, it'll show. But how I want to start is with some, and this is just a little palette that I'm using for my mermaid markers. So Janet, pick a color. What color would you, or two colors, Janet. Pick two colors because I want to kind of ombre them, blend them. So, we have blues, reds, orange, yellow, brown, pink, red, purple, two shades of green, turquoise. What would you like? Give me two colors because that's what we're going to go with and see what we can do. Hey, Muse. Bye, Grammy. Welcome back, Marilyn. Green and blue. Okay, like a lime green and a turquoise. How's that? Would that work? I don't know who's tweeting me. Who keeps tweeting me? I need to probably move my iPad out of here. Oh, people just liking tweets. Okay. When do you decide to use normal pencil or the blue lead ones? When I'm sketching, here's the reason I like the blue lead pencil. It doesn't smear. Graphite can smear. Now, not just this, but when I'm sketching and drawing and you're doing a lot of shading or detail, the blue line doesn't smear the blue pencil. Okay, neither does, well, like any of the, like, here, let me show you. I mean, I'm afraid to show this to Janet because she's going to go right on and order it. But you can get all the different colors of lead. Okay, here. Rabbit Trail. Okay, we're going to go with lime green and teal here in just a minute. All right, Janet. So y'all know my favorite, and you can get this on Amazon. Where's my blue? Here. So this is my favorite, my Graph Gear 07 lead. I mean, you have to put your own lead in it. You can put any color in here you want, right? I like the blue. It doesn't smear, and I just like the color of the blue it shows up. All right, so you already have all these, Janet? Wait a minute. Let me dump these out. All right, so you can buy, I use blue for the most part, right? Wait a minute. I use blue for the most part. So I keep blue in my Graph Gear, okay? Which I have tons of blue lead, in different brands. I don't think it really matters. They're all the 07. Okay, so let me find all those. There's blue, here's blue. Okay, so, but I like other colors to draw with too, occasionally. Okay? No, I haven't had time, Marie. I haven't even had time to look through my Bennett Klein's face. Yeah, Marie was saying Bennett Klein has a challenge on his Facebook. It's called their Face Your Fear Friday. And if there's one that's scary to you to try to attempt, and to attempt one of those, attempt one of the tough ones. But no, I haven't had time, Marie. Okay, so this is the one I draw with all the time. And, I have a Pilot, a Uni. One's a little darker than the other, a Nano. Anyway, this is what I draw with all the time because it doesn't smear. I like the blue. It's not too light. However, that being said, you can get just the cheap Pilot ones. Okay, they're refillable as well. Okay, and they're refills. I'm sorry, Janet. She probably has all these. Okay, let's see. Where's the purple one up here? Let's go with the purple up here. So you can. I'm sorry. Now I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Okay, wait. Yeah, and then here's one more. Here's an orange one. I'm out of space. And then I do have more blue lead here. I've got all kinds of blue lead that go because I use this all the time. I'll run out with these all my dark blue. Even though this came with the dark blue, I use that all this with my graph gear. Okay. Clutch your pearls, ladies. Now, this that makes you smile. All these pencils and their leads, I think, was like $25. So this was not expensive at all. Sorry, guys. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist this. But this is the one I use all the time. I use my Graph Gear 1000 all the time. Where's Janet? Did she have all these already, or is she over on Amazon ordering? You just put in a link. Okay, so again, this is what I draw with all the time, my blue leads and my graph gear. But for $25, look, you know, where's Janet? No, I think that this all came as a set. This all came as a set. Yeah. I'm not sure what link Yi just put in. A Skittles. Yes, Tar Heel Teresa. Pencil Skittles. Oh, Eileen locked you out of Amazon. Okay. So anyway, they're just the cheap, they're just plastic pencils with a little rubber array. They're very light, they're just your cheap Pentel, or Pilot rather. They're the cheap Pilot pencils. They're not, but they're fine, right? Now they don't feel as good in your hand as your graph gear, weighted and, all that. Just put it in your cart, yeah. But I like that they have the rubber grippy thing. They have the rubber grippy thing. My graph gear has, these are little rubber things there. So there's like little rubber grippers. Yeah. So I had to line those all up for you guys. All right. So let's put those away. Okay, back to Janet's lettering here. Okay, so now I'm going to put out some of the lime green and the teal. I'm just going to squeeze out a drop here. I think that's that's the light green. So I'm going to just squeeze some of that out and some of the teal here, just to give me a little blobs so I can mix as I go. Okay. Now I'm going to get my water brush. And I love my graph gear too. And I got the 7. I think Janet, now I gotta say, Janet probably has a 3, the 5, the 7. I don't know if she has the 9. I like the 7. The 5's a little too little for me. So I like the 7. Okay, so now let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna try 2 different things. Let me test it on this sheet over here, the other one. Okay, I don't know how to, I can't, if I move my light away, then it's too dark. I don't draw, so I'm safe. Click Dario, you can click the rainbow instead of tasting it. That's got to go in the wingnut book. Tar Heel Teresa. Where's my Sharpie? There's something here. Click the rainbow instead of tasting it. Skittle pencils, Skittle pencils. Okay, Tar Heel Teresa. Going in the wingnut book. The way you said brush made me giggle. Did I say brush funny? Brush. Okay, so I'm going to try 2 different ways. First, I'm going to get my brush going here. My brush. Oh, no, Jen. Jess. I'm going to test by just getting the paper wet first. This is my test Janet. Here's my real Janet. Here's my test Janet. And I just want to dampen the paper a little, like to try a little bit of a wet in wet. So let's try the green. Down here. Oh, I need a Kleenex to dab off my brush. This is all a test. Now I'm going to take the blue and start from down here. Oh, that's the green too. I want the blue from the bottom. And then have the meat in the middle here. Something like that. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Look, Janet and everybody. So I think we're going to roll with this. Now, technically speaking, you'd want all the blue down here. You know, you'd want all that, the darker color down here like this. But I'm not necessarily going to go with like the way that if you were doing it professionally, that you would want to have it flow just right. In other words, you'd want the darkest dark, and then down here, and then flow it up into the green right there on the edge. I'll try it, you know, try to think about that. But if it's not like that, don't email me. Yes, these are the mermaid colors. I don't. No, you really don't need the mermaid markers. I mean, if you have watercolors, you know, they are pretty and they're cool, and you know, but I'm not even using them out of the marker. I'm using them in the palette and picking them up. I have more control of them that way. All right, so now I'm going to move this out of the way because that's how I know I'm going to roll with it. All right, so first I'm going to go ahead and get it wet. And this is just cardstock. This is just 110 weight cardstock. It's not watercolor paper or anything. So, you know, you're going to have to do this in sections or your paper's going to dry really quick. Okay, so I'm just going to wet the middle there. I'm going to start with the green at the top. And as long as you stayed in line with your water, then you should be okay. Then I'm going to start the blue at the bottom. I mean, it won't go out of lines if your water stayed in lines. Then I'm going to clean off my brush so that right in the middle here, might need a little bit more green. Something like that. Yeah, they are kind of the markers. Of course, I got them. I think I had a 60% off coupon. Hey, Kate. All right, so, and if I don't want to blend out any, like if I'm just going to keep it all one color, then I can just go ahead and color it directly with the color and not add the water to the background first. The reason I added the background was so they would blend in the middle. I guess I could just wet it in the middle, actually, just where they meet. And maybe I want this a little sharper. And you can play with the little loopies and all that. All right, so now I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wet just the ends here because I'm just going to blend at the ends. Well, let me do one at a time. So I'm going to do blue at the very tip. I hope y'all can see. Can y'all see okay, guys? I know the paper's flashing out. The white's flashing out the camera. And then I'm going to go with the green and then blend those two together. And I'll have that one kind of behind that bit there. I'm just playing, guys. It's been years since I tried to do anything like this. Okay, so I'm going to wet all this. Bring up a little blue. Any watercolor will work with this, guys. Any watercolor. And if y'all are in Janet's ATC slot, make sure y'all get those in there on time. Janet's not messing around. Get those ATCs made and sent. Okay, so I'm liking it. What do y'all think? I almost could use blue right here, I think, at the top where those two ribbons connect. I've done this with ribbons, but it's been a long time since I've done ribbon lettering, and I don't even remember doing it like this. You can see the color part fine. Okay, good. So I got a little messed up right there. Got a little out of. Janet's she's gonna do the illumination on these. I'm gonna send it to her and make her decorate it. Yeah, they do. As long as you got the area wet, right? As long as it's wet, they'll blend. Okay, so I'm going to wet this down here. I'm just doing one little section at a time because it dries fast. And I can see it's leaching out just a little. I don't know if I want to, I probably won't do any kind of line art around it, any outlines. I'm just going to leave it like it is, and Janet can outline it. I'm feeling so bad. All right, so I'm blaming Janet for all this because I saw this on her show, so that's why I'm kind of picking on her just a little bit. But nobody picks on her like Eileen does, so I don't feel so bad. It might be kind of hard to see the difference between the green and the blue, but it's there. All right, going back to the green here. We keep that one dark. And we can add another layer too. If you want to make it darker in some areas, which I'll probably do, I'll let it dry, and then we'll maybe do a little bit more. Okay, let's go back to the blue. See, look, I just barely touched that, guys. One little drop, and it just spreads because it's wet. And then let's blend those two. And we'll go just with a plain blue right on the A tail there. Dee, it has been a long day. I'm off to bed. Yeah, in Australia, I bet. Yeah. Good night, Ozzy. Thanks for coming in. Okay, let's go in here with the green on the top. I don't know if I'm zoomed in enough, but I'm afraid if I zoom in too much, all white paper will really flash us out. Okay, let's wet this. So, see how that just... And I'm just patting off on my Kleenex over here to get off the excess. What do y'all think? Isn't it kind of cool? And we just used a double pencil to draw the lines. Just because, we can. Jean asked, now here's the thing. Jean goes, Dee Dee, are you going to stream today? Well, okay. I wasn't really going to tell you the truth, because I have a lot to do, and I was like already behind this morning. But Jean asked, so I did. Where's Jean? Where is Jean? She's probably asleep. She probably went back to sleep. And Terry, sometimes she'll ask me the night before because it's early for Terry. It's 6 for her when I stream at 9. And, when you're a person that doesn't sleep well or has odd sleeping patterns, that's a little tricky. And she's usually, she's a trooper. Hey, Linda. All right, so let's keep it. It's a little rough around the edges because this, again, but it's okay. I'm going to keep rolling here. So I'm just going to wet that section. You have to make sure you don't go out of lines with your water, and that's kind of hard to do when you can't really see it. You're trying not to go out of lines, but we'll see. I'm having fun with it anyway, guys. do this with anything. Alright, let's see, maybe, I think I want that to be green in there. Let's wet this little section. Go with the green. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Oops, that's a turquoise. You've been away for 2 days. Marie. I'm going to do some swirls and stuff, but I'm going to let it dry, so just do it in stages. Bye, Eileen. Okay. What are you going to be a tester for? I missed what you were going to be a tester for, Eileen. Do you know, Janet, what she's going to be a tester for? That's a scary thought there. Eileen, a tester? See how quickly that just pulls that, when you have it wet, it just sucks it right on down the row there. All right, let's go back up here. Put in these two. And then maybe just the tips, have just a touch of blue on the tips here. And then go back in with the green. We have had a lot. Oh, so that's why you're not sleeping, I see. Okay. Hey, Cassie. Hey, Dragonfly. All right. I still didn't see what Eileen's testing. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, take a sip of coffee, and I'm going to add some more layers. I'm sorry you have to go through that, Marie. All right, sip of coffee. I probably will want to add pencil. Oh, gotcha, Tar Heel Teresa. Okay. Hey, Samurai. Gotcha. Thank you, Teresa. I didn't know what she was doing, what she was going for. All right, let me see. I need a little bit more turquoise on my palette over here. I'm going to squeeze out another drop. See, I've only used, all this took 2 drops of the marker. 2 drops. Now I just had to add another drop of the turquoise. All right, so let's go ahead and start up here again at the top. And I'm going to darken it. I might go in here with some pencil, I don't know. All right, so I'm going to start adding a little bit of flourish. I'm not adding any water now. I mean, I'm not wetting it, pre-watering it. But I probably will wipe off the excess and then blend it out. See how that is there? Like that. That's what we're going for right there. Okay, so let's do this side here. And now that it's dry, you can kind of crisp up the edges a little. Now I'm back into the green here. Kind of blend that in. You can kind of straighten up some of the edges where the water. Okay. The only thing is I got to remember that the turquoise is here and the green's here because they look exactly the same on the palette. You know? So I just got to remember which side is which. I'm not squeezing out any water out of my water brush. Clean off my brush though and kind of blend it. There we go. Something like that. Nice swirly ribbonness, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the blue or the turquoise and come back up here. And then clean off my brush. You see I keep cleaning it here. And then pull down the green. Kind of feather it out like that. Needs a little more green right there. The colors are pretty. Alright, now let's go back down here to the... Oh, that's the green. Alright, see, I gotta remember the blue's on the top. Okay. Gotta kind of hold your breath a little. And then right in the middle here, I'm going to just kind of lightly blend it. Could use just a touch more green right there. Okay. Okay, let's go back down here. If y'all have any questions or anything, if y'all talking to me, put them in caps, guys. And clean off the excess so that you can blend it out. Back to the green. And again, you can do this with any kind of watercolor. Let's sharpen that little edge right there. I'm going to be blunt. She would hate everyone Did I miss something? Okay. Thanks, Janet. Okay. All right, what do y'all think? Janet's cat is a fuzzy gray ball who I was there, but I wasn't in chat, but you could hear her cat purring. You could actually hear her cat purring on the show. I'm kind of holding my breath and not talking much, guys, when I go right up along an edge here. I'm trying to get it nice and crisp on the edge. So, see right here, this really needs to be lighter. I wonder if I can kind of pull some off. Let's see if I can pull some excess. That needs to be lighter right there. Bye, Jess. Thanks, Muse. All right, back to the blue. I'm going to try to do someone else, too. I already know who I'm going to do. So we'll see how time goes here. All right, I do need a little bit more, another drop of the blue, or the turquoise, rather. It's not perfect, but trust me, guys, it is not. But I think when Janet gets it, she'll fix it. I told her I'm going to send it to her, and she'll have to do the illumination. But the thing is, guys, you got to remember with these, they are water. They are watercolor, so they'll reconstitute. So Janet might have to do that in pencil. I don't know. She might have to do her illumination with pencil because she can't re-wet this. I mean, she can re-wet it, but it will re-wet is what I'm trying to say. There's a couple other areas I'm going to get even darker. Okay. Just taking it one little area at a time, trying to kind of do a good job. And we'll see how much time we have. You will illuminate it with ink. Okay. That sounds good, Janet. That needs to be not that thick down there. There's really no going back. I mean, I can darken up some areas there, but once you put it down, it's well, there you go. All right, let's go with the green now. Back with the green again. And then maybe the other person will have some different colors that she'll want hers done in. It's just something fun to play with, and I'm just using you guys as guinea pigs. And just give you, I got to put more color out. 2 more drops here. Drop of green. Another drop of blue. In any watercolor, will work. Are you writing Janet's name because Eileen was tormenting her about writing her own name? Um, well, we always have to feel for Janet when Eileen torments her, but that's not the reason. The reason I started with Janet's name is because we started with the pencil, remember the double pencil? And Janet's the one that brought it back up in my memory to, from a book that she was showing on her calligraphy show the other day. So that's why we started with Janet. Because I'm blaming her for, reintroducing it to us. So, yeah. Okay. So there we go. There's a couple, let me hit this with the heat gun because there's a couple places I want some darker still. Okay. I do have a splot, Janet. I did do there's a couple little splot dots. I'm not going to remove them, but I guess you could scratch them off with an X-Acto knife. See, like right here. See, when I open my pen, when I open the marker, it splatted right there. So I'm not going to, make it worse. Just have a little dot right there. All right, let's go back to the green. And I want a dark green right here at the top. And blend, blend, blend. Okay, dark green right here on this ribbon. Wiping off the excess. Blend. Then right here. And right here. Oh, good. Janet says she looks forward to working on it. Thanks. Just do whatever, If you mess it up, it's like, so what, right? It's not like we can't do this again. That's how I look at it. And then a little bit, oh, that's the blue. Oh, see, I gotta mix my colors again. Let me put another dot. I accidentally mixed them again. I need the green. Because they look exactly the same in the tray. And I keep grabbing the wrong one. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to stop. We'll let Janet do the rest of the work. There we go. So what do y'all think? It's kind of pretty, isn't it? It'll be fun to watch Janet, what she does. Yeah, exactly. It's like a collab. I haven't done a collab in a long time, Janet. So we're doing a collab. You want me to do another picture from the look? Yeah, I know. I love that book. Chatty Natty is talking about the look book. Let me show you that one. Where is it? Here it is. From this one. I know. We might look at it again in a minute. All right, so there we go. So that's going to Janet. Little bump and all. She can scrape that off with an X-Acto knife, or she can fix it herself. Because it's a bump. Hey, TNT. Okay, so now let me make sure the person that I wanted to do the second one for is still here. She is. Okay. So I'm gonna write her name and then she can pick the colors. Let's see if she's awake and paying attention. All right. So first I'm gonna get my ruler again and do like I did. Just make your general basic line here, just to fit the letters in, which will be erased. All right. Here we go. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, guys. Okay. So I got my pencils a little bit at an angle. See right there? All right, so let's see here. All right, here we go. make, see, I messed up my ribbon effect here. I want the ribbon effect. Let me get my pencils going the right way. Hope I can fit it. I think I can. I'm going to have to do it over because I might not have fit it. Let's see. They're too touching. Gotta scoot them over. I'm trying to squeeze them in and we can't have that. Okay. Barely gonna fit, I think. All right, let me fix my, have that one just curve. That one kind of come around. I'm trying to make it a little fancy, smancy. Can you see who it is? That bump. Can y'all see who it is? Okay, so some of these I'm just going to connect myself. Because I am kind of having to fit them in a little. Let's make my own little ribbon trails here. Can you see? Yeah. Now she has to pick the colors. Let's see if she's awake. She may not be awake in her country. I don't know. Oh, there she is. Okay. She is awake. Okay, what colors? Pick 2 colors while I'm cleaning up the lines here. I don't get to send her much stuff because where she lives, it's kind of tricky. So I thought this might be nice for her. And I got to erase my background lines too here. So while she's picking colors, I'll erase. Pink and blue. Okay, what kind of blue? A teal blue or a blue blue? What kind of blue? Pink and blue. Because there's many shades of blue, you know. Pink is kind of we're going to go with pink. Or this might be a magenta color. Is a magenta color okay? If not, I can get another set of something else, watercolor. But is magenta okay? Because I was just using these. What blue? What kind of blue? I'm just erasing the background lines and fixing the ends here. Okay, I think we got it. I got some scrolly ribbon thing action going on here. Let's see, I think I want that to end like that. There. Okay, so just tell me what kind of blue. Is my chat frozen? Dun, 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 dun. Let me do a test. do y'all think? Okay, what? You're blushing. Oh, it's okay. Well, we don't get to do, sometimes you don't get to do stuff for some people because of the countries they live in and stuff. All right, let's see what this blue looks like with it, the dark blue. That might be kind of pretty. And it might even make let's see what kind of green, let me get my test sheet over here. Let's see what kind of green that makes when we mix them. Like we have the pink, the magenta color. See? Now let's see what happens when we go with the blue. It's going to be a green. I mean a purple. Let's see here. That might work. We might go with that. It's about time, Jean. It's about time, Miss Sassy Pants. Okay. So let me put out a little bit more. Let me get these two colors that I'm going to be using. Where'd the blue go? Where did it go? Here. Okay, so we're going to go with the colors that I'm using now is Starfish, which is like a magenta. Let's turn it this way. Okay, so it's like a magenta color. And this is called Blue Bottle. So we're going to go with those two. Now, at least I'll be able to see the difference here. That green and the teal was hard to see on the palette. So, yeah, what you missed, we did Janet's, my fingers are dirty. We did Janet's name in ribbon, in wash. We used the double pencil Jean. All right, so let me get some of this excess off my finger so I don't accidentally smear it. Let me get a baby wipe here. Are you going to paint? No, I'm not painting. There's no way, Jean. You did such an awesome job painting watercolor marbles yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I lose track of what days, people. Yeah. Yeah, I watched most of it, Jean. I have a little bit left at the end. Yeah. But I saw your finished piece, obviously. I saw the finished piece because I tweeted you, but yeah, I haven't watched the very end of your marbles, where you lost your marbles, Jean. Y'all, Music Scrap Jean did a watercolor with some marbles. Let me see. Let's see if I can bring that up on my phone. Let's see if it'll show up. If it won't, I'd have to bring it up on my iPad. Let's see, Jean. Let's look up Sassy Pants. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's turn it sideways. See if I can. All right. Try to bring it in. Look. There's Jean's watercolor marbles that she did on our show. Isn't that awesome, guys? Now, it's a little fuzzy because of my, bringing it up to the camera, but there you go. Yeah. Good job, Miss Sassy Pants. Okay, now back to I'm going to start by just, getting that one ribbon wet. And then we're going to start with the blue at the bottom. And it takes a couple layers, guys, like we did Janet's. You get that initial layer on there. And then after it dries, you go back, because that's how watercolor works. You build it up in layers. Right, Miss Jean? I probably don't even need to put the water first. That has a tendency to want to feather it out on the edges because this is just cardstock. So let's see here. I might not put it. I might just try to blend without it. Then I'll add the water in between before I add the pink. That might work. Let's try this a little different. All right, I'm going to put another bit of blue out. So I'm going to do all the darkest here at the bottom, and then I'll put a little pool of water in the middle where they're going to meet. So let's try that technique. Because I think I can keep a crisper, cleaner edge if I don't put water down first. On the cardstock. If it was watercolor paper, we'd have a little bit more, know what you could do with it. But cardstock, yeah. So I'm going to keep this nice and dark at the bottom. Maybe we might have time for one more. We'll see how it goes. Is anybody else who streams on Fridays? I mean in the mornings. I don't even know. Somebody let me know. This needs to be cleaned up right there on the edge. If you have any questions, put them in caps. I'm kind of not talking that much, guys. I'm really kind of having to concentrate a little. When you're doing watercolor, you can't look away. Not very much, anyway. The watercolor's controlling you. All right, so I'm going to do all the dark down at the bottom blue, and then I'm going to go back in with the pink from the top. This is kind of an impromptu Friday. I really wasn't going to stream. And then when I said, well, I told Jean I would, then she didn't show up for I don't know how long. But then, okay, I want to feather that. I don't want a harsh line that I'm going to end up having to work to blend out there. Then I remembered Janet's pencil thing, this technique. So we're blaming Janet today. Okay, let's see. No streaming tonight. Laura's going to stream around 7. Yeah, I knew some people were. I knew you usually streamed on Friday nights, but I was just meaning like, I don't want to, go over somebody right, this morning. Let's make sure that's got a soft edge there. Yeah, Laura's streaming for Ange. It's Melody, Jean. Melody's name. I'll probably might have time for one more. As long as I'm not, someone else isn't streaming. You fell back asleep. I figured you fell back asleep, Jean. I mean, seriously, we know. It's okay. Okay, thanks. All right, let's go back to. Oh, I got a little. I need another blob of blue because I got purple in there now. Not ready for any purple yet. And I got to be careful not to splatter. These pens, when you take the lids off and on, if there's any little bit of, watercolor in there that can, spray. So I shouldn't be opening and closing them right over the piece. Clean off the brush and then kind of just not have a harsh edge. Or I'm going to try to blend in a minute. Yes, Mindy. Yes, 7 Eastern. Y'all can put links in there. Ange, put your link for, the next time you stream. And Laura, anybody, y'all can put links in. Thanks everybody for just popping in this morning and playing with the little lettering. I'm sending Janet hers, Jean, and she's going to illuminate it with ink and whatever. Melody can do hers too if she wants. Okay, now I'm going to want the very tips of the tops. I'm going to do the blue there, and then I'm going to blend in with the pink. Another blob of blue. I need to go get me some coffee, guys. My throat's a little dry. Finish this blue, and I'm going to run get some coffee. Hear my pencil sharpener rattling there. Just going to make sure my sleeve doesn't get in anything wet here. Okay. I think let's carry that down just a little. All right, let me take a quick break, guys. Then we're going to add the pink and then turn it, fade it into a purple color. Thanks, guys. All right, I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Okay, I'm going to finish this once we have time for one more. are we doing on time? Let me see here. Okay, we're good. All right, now let's try with the magenta here. Add a little bit of water. And then where they're going to meet, I'll add a little bit of water. And it's a magenta color. She said pink, so we're going with the magenta. Hope that's okay. Okay, now I want to wet this right here in the middle where they meet. And get a little bit of blue. Make a kind of a purple right there in the middle. Oops. Okay, let's wet that. A little more blue. Needs a little bit more blend here. I want it a little darker. Maybe if I mix up some purple. I think that's what I'll do. Mix those two colors, put a little more over there. If I mix it on the palette, it might be more dramatic here. There we go. I just made some kind of like ribbon line, you know, for the M. And I'll go in there and sharpen everything up. Let's go ahead and let's wet this right here. Just a touch of the Y'all still stay with the tour? It's a very bright fuchsia color, like a magenta fuchsia. It looks kind of red on camera, but it's more pink when you're in person. Okay, let's blend those two. Let's stretch out a minute. Hunkered over. Okay. Oop, got the O. Went over to the D ribbon there. Okay. Just kind of concentrating here. It's one of those shh, 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 shh. Okay, gotta let that dry for a minute, or I'll hit it with a heat gun and check chat for a minute. Hey, Pepper. Anybody else I missed? So what time? I don't know if I have time for another one. We'll see. I wanted to do another one, but... Okay, let me hit this with the heat gun. Well, it's just fun to play with it, you know. We're just kind of messing around with the mermaid markers and some ribbon letters that are made with the pencil. But I gotta tell, my back is really, I need to stretch out here, guys. I'm hunkered over. Hunkering over. So this may be the last one we'll do today. Whoops, I'm gonna be careful there not to chew. Okay. I need a little more blue. Oops. All right, I gotta get this up. Let me get a baby wipe. I don't wanna smear it. Got some on my hands. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get up and walk around for a minute because my back is like hunkered over. So I'm gonna take a minute. Okay, I'm gonna take a minute and walk downstairs and back, guys. So give me a minute. Let me stretch out. I'll be right back. Okay, it's not exactly popped out, or popping, but yeah, stretching it. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I know. Let me try to sit up a little straighter, guys, because I'm hunkered over here trying to get detail, you know. All right, let's put another dot of magenta. So thanks, everybody. Hanging in there. Where's Jean on the way to? All right, so I'm going to darken up some of the... But I think after this one, I'm going to go, guys. I don't think I can hunker over another one. I probably could do it in the time, but I don't want to hurt my back, you know. So I'm going to just stop after this one. What do y'all think? Does that look kind of cool the way it lightens and darkens? Thanks, Marilyn. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Anybody got any plans? Where's Yes, I know, right, Marilyn? Who's Jen going to see next? Jen Oz, who is our traveling Australian lady going through the country. Yeah, it doesn't. My back doesn't really hurt that often. Sitting here, because I sit here a lot, but I'm really hunkered over today. I'm really kind of hunkering in a little, and it's probably just, it's just something different, and my back's going, stretch it out, girl. Um, Thanks, Janet. So, does anybody know where Jen's going next? I'm trying not to. I got some I got some of the marker on the handle here, and I every time I touch it, I keep getting it on my hand. She is in Vegas. Oh, she's gonna see Sherry today, Jean. Awesome. When is the Pita Fest? When is the retreat? I don't think she's gonna be there for that. My back support chair blows up with a pump thing. Oh, nice, kitty. I very rarely sit back in my chair, so I don't know how much that would help me as far as, because I don't sit. It's one of those big black office chairs, right? I don't sit back in it except just to lean back and stretch. But I don't sit, I don't use the back. Yeah, unhunker. I don't use the back of my chair, really, at all. Let me get some of that excess off there. Hang on. To blend that in. I'm trying to sit up real straight right now, though. Um, like not bend over at all. So, the Pita Fest. I'm not sure when the Pita Fest is, so I guess Jen won't be there for that. But I'm so glad she's getting to stop by and see Sherry. Yeah, lower my chair so I don't hunker. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Hey, Third Terry, Tar Heel Teresa. Who else am I missing? I'm sure there's some more people. Kitty giving me some back chair tips. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, for sure, Kitty, for sure. Okay. So, what do y'all think, guys? I'll sit here and chat for a minute and see how it feels. I really wanted to do another one, but I don't know. She's going to Vegas today. And the Pita Fest is in 3 weeks? Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah. You need my old ballet teacher to come with her cane and shout, "Posture, girls, posture!" Right, Aroma? They're staying overnight in Vegas. Okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I try to follow her. She doesn't. I know she was having problems with the phone. So so I know she's not posting as much probably as she would like. So what do y'all think? Can y'all see the variation in the ribbons a little bit? I need some a little bit right there. Could be, Suzanne. I mean, all week. I mean, like I said yesterday, I don't have a cold or anything, but yesterday I sneezed all day. That's probably it. It's all that sneezing I did yesterday. And pollen and that stuff usually doesn't bother me at all. But I sneezed all day yesterday. Thanks. Yeah. So I'll send this one to Melody, and then I'll show you the one I did. Let me get rid of these excess because I'm touching all this stuff and I'm getting it all over me, and I don't want to get it all over this. So let me. So I don't know, Suzanne. I know the pollen's going to be bad this year because we had such a mild winter. Oh, good, Melody. I hope you like it. It's not. It's more magenta than pink, But I might add some pink in there, like maybe a little bit of, I don't know. I might add some pink in there to lighten it up, to make the red, where the lightest magenta, make it more pink. So I might do that before I send it. And then here's the one I did for Janet, and Janet is going to illuminate hers with some more ink. It affects your whole body and muscles. Yeah, the pollen, yeah. So I don't know. I'm just thinking it might have been all that sneezing I did yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to send this one to Janet. She's going to do some more stuff to it. And of course, Melody, she can do whatever she wants with hers. Melody, I don't know what she wants to say where she lives. She lives out of country. And, it's a little harder to get stuff to her in the country she lives in. And I just like to, I wanted to do something for her. So sit here for a second and see if anybody's got any questions or anything. I do have a couple other happy mails to get out, and I got to do another week of birthday cards. Oh, the barometric pressure, you think? That doesn't usually make me sneeze. The barometric pressure can give me a headache, Suzanne. Did you sneeze? That's St. Patty's Day gold dust. Oh, Tar Heel, you're full of good quote things today. Yeah. Where's my birthdays? Let's see whose birthdays are coming up this week and last week. Because if I don't, after I say this all the time, after I send out the birthday cards. Oh, good, Suzanne. I hope you'll try it. Because you don't have, it doesn't have to be these markers. Look, it doesn't have to be that. It can just be your watercolors, anything, you know. PETA Fest. Oh, you're explaining to them what PETA Fest is. Okay. Yeah, if y'all are listening to this recording, PETA Fest, it was originally a retreat with Kathy Orta. She would call PETA's pain in the arse. So yeah, PETA Fest is just kind of like her name for having a retreat, and it's Sherry is I guess hosting it or whatever. I don't know what all because I'm not going, so I haven't really kept up with it. But oh, okay, Suzanne, gotcha, okay. So anyway, when I send out the birthday cards, then I forget whose birthday it is that week unless I see it on Twitter or Facebook or something. So let's see here. What day is today? Is the 17th? We don't have anybody on today's, but okay, so the next birthday is Angie Bell is tomorrow. So if y'all see Angie Bell tomorrow, and then next week coming up is Scooby, Mel G, Stax, Nell, Gilly, Meerkat, and Sister Woman is at the end of the month. So those are the ones that are coming up. Okay. So hey Sarah O. So I'm gonna sit here a second, stretch my back out, and we'll see. I probably should just stop this recording because I'm not going to do any more lettering today because it's too hunkered over. It's funny because when I color book, I don't even hunker over. I mean, I'm surprised my head's not like right under the camera when I'm doing that lettering because I'm so like into it. You know what I mean? It's probably because I'm holding my breath too. Hey, Azure. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. Is today Azure's birthday? I don't think she's on my list. Let me stop this recording. So if you have been watching, thanks for being here while we did a little bit of watercolor ribbon lettering with where's my pencils? By taking two pencils and taping them together to do a double line. Let me just show it real quick again. Here's my Janet practice. Like here, let me just do a big D like for me. And I'm going to do it real dark so you can see. I didn't do it this dark because, I don't want it dark when I'm going to watercolor. My birthday is at the end of the month. Whippy, why aren't you on my list either? Whippy and Aroma? All right, hang on, guys. Y'all put your birthdays in there for me while I'm finishing up the show. So see how that does with the double pencil? It's like a ribbon. And then we watercolored. But of course I didn't push this hard because I didn't want the pencil lines to show. So yeah, but that's what it looks like. And all you just tape two pencils together with just a slight angle. See, just a little off. You're gonna need. Oh, Suzanne, good idea. You're gonna use your new Derwent Graphiques to do your lip. Yeah, and that's the other thing, guys. If you want to, you could use your Neo colors, or let me just find real quick a watercolor pencil. Hang on. Let me just find it. Eileen's not here, so I'm gonna get out a. What do you call it? Whoops. I'm gonna get out an ink tints. Where's my ink tints? Hang on. Let me get out an ink tints. Here. I'm just gonna pull out a green one here just to kind of show y'all. It's St. Patrick's Day. So, okay, Azure, March 27th. Okay, let me write this down. Do I have your address, Azure? Yeah, no, I don't need any years, Whippy. Do I have your address, Whippy? I can't remember, guys. Seriously, I have over 200 people I keep up with. So if I can't remember if I have your address or not, don't get mad. I just, there's so many. I do so many. Okay, so real quick, when you get those dang, I know mine are. When are yours coming in, Suzanne? I do. Okay, Azure Muse and Whippy. Do I have your address? Um, hey Sherry, are you looking forward to seeing Jen today? Yeah, Suzanne, mine. I didn't put fast shipping, on mine, so mine are like April 11th or something like that. I try, Scooby. I try. Okay, so I'm just going to put down some, ink tints, which is they're watercolor pencils, but they're ink. And so when they dry, when you completely dissolve them and they're dry, they're not reconstitutable. In other words, they won't get wet again. Okay. All right. Thanks, Whippy. I thought so, but just double checking because I don't want to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to send you a birthday card and then I'll have your address. Okay. So here, let's go ahead and take the ink tints. Yeah, this would probably work really easy, guys. Instead of watercolor, you have I don't say you have more control, but you have quite a bit of control because you're laying down exactly how much you want. Do you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean, Vern? Okay, so let's go back up against this edge. And this really could be sharpened, but I'm gonna. Then what, if you want, we could probably do something else, but I don't want to hunker over another letter right now. We can do this again. We can do this again. Yeah, I know, exactly, Aroma. Um, Now that we like it, we've tested this out with we did it with watercolor. Now we're going to do it with the ink tints. We'll have to do this though. We'll have to do one for Eileen. She's not here right now. She had an appointment. We'll have to do one of these for Eileen with ink tints. You think she'll hate us? We're so bad. But can you see how, and I'm just using the one color. Aw, yes, I know. Artsy Marilyn got one of CB's. She's got a CB friggin' masterpiece. I know, right? And I gotta say, girls, I got a box of more cards. Um, Miss Trina, but I told Miss Trina that we would show because she can't. It's real hard for her to make it. That she's on the West Coast too, so she's going to get up early on Monday to make it so she can see her box of stuff. So she sent us a bunch more cards and things, all kinds of little goodies. But I'm not going to show it till Monday. So yeah, so on Monday we're going to show Miss Trina. Okay, so let me just go down here. I'm just going to play for just a second, and then we're going to stop this recording. I had to, when I talked about this, I had to at least test it out, right? So let's just touch right there in the middle. See, that's kind of cool with the ink tint. So yeah, Suzanne, when you do them with your whatever that was is when next Wednesday. Okay. For you, Marilyn, to get your markers. Okay. I know. Am I bad, Samurai? Well, doing Eileen in flamingo pink might just push her over the edge. We may not want to quite go quite that far. But look how quick that was with just one color there with the ink tints, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to stop this recording now. It's getting out of hand. And so might be right back. We'll see. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching if you're watching on YouTube.